Sustainability in the construction industry. Our guest for today is leading a company that aims to promote eco-friendly construction through innovative materials and products. Ria Liza is the woman behind Polite Technology Incorporated.
The woman of today was a mere dream for a woman of yesterday. History has shown how difficult it is for a woman to cement her space in the realm of science. But today, we take the lead. We set the standards. We are in the front lines. We are women. We work to create a world where a woman can choose science as her journey, where technology is her uninterrupted road, and progress is her destination. We work to create a world where a woman in science is the norm, not the exception. A world where she is a constant educator, innovator, mentor, and leader. A world that is, and will continue to be, an inclusive and diverse global scientific community.
I am Dr. Ria Liza. I am an engineer scientist, and I am a woman in science.
Hello everyone, I am Anne Gabriel Longhoko and I will be with you for tonight as your co-host. I describe myself as the mediocre writer from National University, Manila. It is another night for us to learn and engage ourselves with how wonderful knowledge and wisdom can be when applied. The objective of this channel is to promote the feminine genius advocacy. One of the many goals is woman empowerment and gender equality through education and livelihood. One way to educate is by inviting guests of any gender who will impart their personal journey, challenges, and breakthroughs that will give invaluable learnings to viewers. By becoming a guest, he or she is tagged as the friend of the feminine genius. Tonight, we will have another co-host, Miss Ella Wans, who is an IT specialist, research coordinator, an educator, a vlogger, a practitioner, and she also promotes the Team Helpful to help newbie YouTubers. Miss Ella Wans is also an industry practitioner, researcher, and soon to be a doctor of information technology and financial advisor. And now let's welcome our host for tonight, Dr. Ria Liza C. Canlas, who is a civil engineer, materials engineer, and patent agent. Dr. Ria also promotes the feminine genius as a female making impact in male-dominated industries such as construction, manufacturing, and creatives. She was also featured in several media outfits as an ASEAN designer and a woman in science. Dr. Ria is an industry practitioner, educator, researcher, innovator, inventor, technologist, scientist, entrepreneur, patent professional, and science communicator. Together, let's welcome Dr. Ria Liza and Miss Ella Wans.
Hello, everyone.
Hi everyone. Good evening, Dr.
Good evening, Ella, and good evening, everyone. Hello to and welcome to my channel, Dr. Ria Liza. And of course, I am always at your service, and this channel is meant to promote the attributes of a feminine genius. And these are also our membership packages. And these attributes of a feminine genius are humility, kindness, patience, good character, industry, virtue, piety, and devotion. And as a feminine genius, I spread lessons by featuring people from my network of any gender to share their personal journeys, their challenges, and their breakthroughs. Because we believe that listening to other people's story is called humility, and sharing is called generosity. We are somehow influenced by the lives of other people, that we can apply in our own selves and be a better version of who we are. Remember, life is short. Let us live our lives to the fullest and let us be inspired by our guests. And tonight, we are live from Brunei, Ella.
Ay.
Okay, so bago natin pagsalitin si Ella, di natin pwede magsabay mic on, no? We are live via Facebook page, the Feminine Genius, and the Facebook groups of Feminine Genius Groups Philippines. And for the Feminine Genius brand development and direction, we have Bon Labora, who also owns the Agreement Publishing and will be the one to publish our book, The Feminine Genius Meets. And each of our guests will be featured in one chapter of our book. Hello, Ella.
Hello, Doc Ria. Good evening. Ayan, parang may reflection na sa lamin. Ayan, good evening, everyone. Kamusta kayo dyan? Na-miss ko ang Pinas. Char, parang Ma'am Ria. Ayan. So, the chan. Hello po, Sis Chichay. Nakita ko siya, oh. Shouting. Ayan, thank you po for tuning in. And, lalong-lalo po sa mga loyal viewers po ng ating host na si Ma'am Erlinda Cadillo. Ayan po. Si Sir Javier Centeno. And, Chichay Uni. Ayan. So, how are you, Ma'am Ria?
Nako, Ella, this is the last leg of our Southeast Asian tour. Parang uh, sa Monday, back to reality na tayo. Parang mixed emotion, masaya na malungkot. Kasi, di ba, ang saya-saya din naman kahit pa paano. Visiting and seeing different people, different places. Tapos, may mga maraming challenges like nakakapagod and minsan hindi na tayo kumakain sa oras and of course sa daming meetings, sunod-sunod at sa daming reports na gagawin pag uwi natin. Parang daming pinuntahan so dami rin natin gagawing report. Di ba, Ella?
That's right, Ma'am Ria. And syempre, part of our life, talagang nakakapagod. At saka alam nyo ba talagang, sabi ko kay Ma'am Ria, nako, sobrang napagod talaga ako. Kasi, biruin nyo yun, napaka-tight lang ng schedule namin. And totoo yung sinabi ni Ma'am. And lahat kami, kahit na, alam mo yun, napapagod. Pero all of us are grateful na nalampasan pa rin namin yon. So, di ba, Ma'am Ria? So, sa mga, by the way, sa mga gusto pong maging part po nitong ganitong klaseng activities, no? Kahit na very challenging po siya, pero madami po tayong matututunan at the same time, mag-grow po tayo as a person. Yung ating, not only ang ating maturity, pati yung ating kabuuan, no? No, I would like to also remind you na hindi pa po yan member. Click on join button po at the bottom part of the video of our host para ma-avail po natin yung mga sport na maging part po tayo. So launch po niya, no? Marami po siya pa livelihood po na activities para sa mga the members ng ating host. So all you have to do is watch her video. And then at the bottom of her video, click on join button. Namimili po tayo ng personality na sa kayo sa mga ilo-launch ko na activities. So, what are you waiting for? Na! Later, magkakaroon po tayo with our guests. So, it's first, Pinoy Henyo game. We will ask the viewers to guess 5 significant words that our guest mentioned during the presentation.
Hello, Ella, nawala. Yeah, nawala ka. Medyo nagcha-choppy-choppy lang tayo ng konti, no? Kasi you know what, guys? We are in our hotel room in the capital of Brunei, and medyo uh, challenging din yung internet dito. Ayan, nakabalik na si Ella once. Challenging din actually yung roaming namin. Hindi ko magkaana pag lumalabas kami. We don't know why nagkaganon, no? But kaya very limited ang internet connection namin. Sige, back to you, Ella.
Yes, that's right, Maria. Kaya every time we do have a virtual meeting, very challenging po talaga kasi um, if we have a vacant time, we attend usually a virtual meeting via Zoom. Kaya talagang very challenging. But by the way, I would like to remind everyone, no, to please do not forget to don't forget to subscribe our host, no, and her channel. Please hit the notification bell, comment, like and share the YouTube channel of Dr. Ria Liza. And of course, idamay na po natin dyan si Ella Vance. So feel free to write your questions later on the comment section of our um, host comment section in the portion of her channel at the bottom part. Meron tayong makikitang live chat po dyan. That's the comment section wherein you can click and shout out your concerns and any reactions. Ayan. So, by the way, ayan, Ma'am Ria, we have a special announcement like now the first set of products form of child from the Ilo farm, no? So on the that shop, register as a vendor. So what are you waiting? Ayan. Yeah. But by the way, Ma'am Ria, I would like to, in a minute, I would like to shout, no, um, Happy DTV, hashtag, syempre hindi lang siya lead shine. Viewers po tayong pumasok na Team Helpful Outing Harang. Ayan. Thank you so much for tuning in. And all of the viewers of our host out there via Facebook Live and the Feminine Genius. Thank you for supporting our host every Saturday. Please do invite your friends para mas happy at lumipat
Right.
tayo
Yes. I think there is a big
sa
delay
YouTube channel po
on the
ni Dr.
on the there's a big delay on the audio.
Liza
Guys,
para
paki-shout out
mas
if the audio is clear for all of us.
Mas
Medyo nade-delay, meron akong
saya.
delay.
So, yun kay Dr. Ria Liza for you to tune in, and he will put out and
I'm sorry, we're just fixing our audio right here because we're having an echo because we're staying in one room. Okay, I am not sure if the audience can clearly hear what Ella wants is saying, pero anyways, we'll repeat na lang dyan later. But meantime, I think Ella, this is an opportune time for us to introduce our very special guest, and this is our episode 90. This is our episode 90. And the time has come to introduce our guest for tonight. Welcome to today's episode. The Feminine Genius meets the ASEANA Brunei Collaborator with the theme, How is it to network with a foreign university? This is Late Night with Dr. Ria Liza featuring Up Close and Personal. With Dr. Owais Ahmed Malik, Director of Institute of Applied Data Analytics of the University Brunei Darussalam. And he will be telling us more about himself in a while. This is an opportune time for everyone to learn how to build network and friendship with foreign researchers. Let us welcome Dr. Owais. Hi, Dr.
Hi.
Owais.
Hi.
Uh,
Good evening.
Good evening. I think you're having a party right now. You're,
Yeah. I am in someone else's home, so just I requested him to arrange this. This connection for me. So thank you very
yeah,
much.
thank you
Thanks
so much.
for your invitation. Uh,
Yeah, thank you also for giving us the opportunity to learn about a person like you who is a researcher, a professor in your country, and also we also would like to learn the culture of Brunei. So first of all, Dr. Omais, I will give you the floor to introduce yourself to the viewers.
Thank you very much. Maybe I can share a set of slides. These are just brief ones. So hopefully that will work. Just give me a second. Okay, so can you see my slides? I think it's uploading.
All right. It's not yet
Just give me a
here.
second.
Are you using share slides, share and then
Yeah.
slides?
Yeah.
All right.
It's there, I think.
All right.
Yeah. Can you see now?
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Just a brief introduction about myself and my university. I'm in Brunei, and my university is University Brunei Darussalam, where I'm working as the director of Institute of Applied Data Analytics. So my name is Owais Ahmed Malik, and I am actually also professor in the School of Digital Science, where I am teaching different modules, and as well as I have some administrative tasks which are related to the data analytics, managing the data analytics center, and also there are a few other things which I am managing on my end. There are a few things I think which Dr. Ria asked me just to present or just to share. I'm not sure. Maybe this is a bit. The slide size is a bit smaller, so I'm not sure whether it's showing the complete one. Yeah, I think it's a little bit smaller. Anyway, so there are a few things which I am supposed to share with you guys. The first thing is regarding the challenges which I am face we which I mean in general at the in the university environment and working as a researcher in the one of the topmost universities in the country, and in terms of ranking wise quite also we are moving forward. So there is quite a lot of in terms of burden and stress in managing things. So the first and foremost challenge which we as an administrator in the face is related to the time management skills, because for me, having the management post and also teaching, managing, and also at the same time doing my research and it writing project proposal, especially related to the new technologies which are evolving. So it's a very difficult thing, but anyway, we try our best to manage the time. Another issue which generally we face here, or which I face personally, is due to the due to my field, because I'm in the field of data analytics and especially machine learning, which is a rapid change technology. Every now and then we have new algorithms, new techniques, new applications, new hardware is coming. So it's that thing which makes us a bit difficult to cope with rapid changes which are occurring in this field. So these are generally the things which I feel personally in our uh, like research as well as the academia in academics related to the computer science field. There are a few other things what I like, the way we move forward, what principles we want to follow. In terms of those things, if you see that uh, my personal way of looking at the things is that whatever we are doing, that should, whatever research we are doing, whatever the modules or the courses which we are trying to teach, or whatever knowledge we are trying to get, the main thing is that how can that benefit the society, and what major problems we can solve which can help our nation as well as internationally. It can help the community to move forward. To, I mean, that can be related to environmental disturbances. How can we try to mitigate the problems related to environmental issues? How can we remove or reduce the poverty, hunger, and these kind of things? So my basic principle or my guiding principle for research are mainly related in this major point, which is how can we benefit the society with our research and with our teaching, in terms of getting knowledge and then disseminating that knowledge in the society. So that's why most of my projects are applied in nature, and we work in university. That's a very critical thing in University Brunei Darussalam, that whenever we write some project proposal, we take care, we especially take care of the application side, that how can that project and that funding benefit the society. So those projects which are more beneficial to the society, they are given priority as compared to the pure research oriented projects. So these are the things which I usually try to follow.
Okay, so we'll wait first for Dr. Wise. Yes.
Sorry, this was just a disconnection from the side. The other things which, in terms of like my expertise, which I would like to share with you guys, so that we can see how can we benefit from having any kind of research collaboration with University Brunei Darussalam, or in person to person, if people are interested. So my main areas of interest are machine learning and deep learning related things, and they are applied in nature. That's one important thing where I focus. We design also algorithms. We also modify the existing algorithms, which are in machine learning and deep learning side. Data analytics in general, big data analytics also in special things. So we work in the field of the analytical facilities, whatever are available at our end. So we try to go for the high performance computing based research, so that we can see the big problems and the problems which involve a lot of data that can be crunched by using these techniques. Another area where I'm also working, and very very common one, is related to computer vision, which is mostly on the application of image processing and machine learning, combining them. Whether it's in the area of the real-time classification, or it's offline classification problems which generally we solve. My expertise, actually, we are trying to, because Brunei is a bit unique in the sense that it has a very unique rainforest, and the challenges which we face here are mainly related to the forest life and forests, and in terms of trees, plants species. So our main research uh, is mostly in terms of computer vision, is related to the plants and trees species classification, identification of new species, or not only plants but also the animals species which are unique to the rainforest. So we would like to work in that side. It requires processing, whether signal processing related problems or the vision related problems. Both of them are our target, and we are trying to work on these problems which are unique to Brunei. In general, we also develop the intelligent systems which may be around the medical health side, also medical facility side, like the rehabilitation part of it, injuries related part of it. So I have experience in that, and especially during my own work and PhD, I was able to develop a rehabilitation monitoring system which was based on the artificial intelligence system techniques, and also the miniature sensors. So sensors usage of sensor is also an area where we are also keen. So in UBD we have certain thrusts. So people are involved in different projects. So I am mainly working in the thrust of which is related to sensors and intelligent systems. So that's the area where I'm more keen on working. But obviously in UBD there are other things happening which are related to chemical engineering, chemical like material sciences. That's another field which is very very important. And in UBD we have people who are working in our institute. They are working closely with NUS on some projects. We have few people who are now recently we have a good project, and which is coming from the joint venture from the Virginia Tech University, and that's the place where UBD and Virginia Tech University has a lab established in UBD. We are working in few areas in that, especially like, for example, robotics side, high speed camera, a vision part, and also acoustic related problems, which are mostly in the areas of the bioinspiration also. So that's the kind of things which are happening in UBD, and some of the projects I am also involved in that. I think that's all from my side. And if we can, if there are any discussions, question answers, I'm more than welcome, and we can discuss few other things related to how to move forward in terms of research collaboration, or how can we work in UBD to move forward for the research related problem solving.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Owais. Oh, well, um, it was of course we wanted to know more about Brunei, and not only that, because in the last 3 weeks we've been featuring different countries already. We featured Vietnam, and then we had Indonesia, and then Laos, and then now Brunei. And we've talked so much about research, we've talked so much about funding, etc. And one of the things that I've observed with respect to your challenges is time management. One of the can you tell us in the setting of UBD, no, how many loads or teaching load, research load, or admin load units does a full-time faculty has, or how do you typically divide your engagement with the university?
Yeah. In UPT, we have certain KPIs set for different ranks and different, like, for example, assistant professor, associate professor, full professor. There are different kinds of KPIs set for these ranks according to the ranks. But in general, there should be a balance of three things, which is the teaching, research, and the administrative load. So most of the time, this happens that I can't say that how can we have, but it's like 30, 30, 40, something like 30% is for the admin, 30% is for the teaching, 40% is for the research. Or it depends that as you grow senior, then you have to spend a bit more time on the admin side and less time on the teaching, and research is balanced there. So it can be 50, 30, 20 also. But a typical teaching load is generally two courses is very common. Two courses means 8 hours of teaching per week. So it's like 8 hours of teaching. Rest of the time is you have to now juggle with the, if you are having admin post, then you have to see that how can you manage your time. And research is obviously, it depends that the type of research which you are performing, because some of them have to go for the field, like geosciences people, like biology people, they have to go to the field to collect data. People like us in computer science, mostly we do work in the university, we don't go outside. So they have to manage their field visits also. Uh, and also the type of research once we do, some of them have to visit outside. So uh, in terms of load, I can say that we are expected to work like 40 hours per week, but in terms of teaching is 8 hours. Rest of the time we have to share, whether it can be sometimes tutorial also, but generally we have time for research and as well as admin job.
All right. So because in our case, because in the Philippines there are different universities has different terms or semesters. Example, in our university, National University is two semester, no, trimester, 3 terms in a year. In Ella's case, Ella is 2 terms in a year, right? Yes, and we have another university have 4 terms in a year, but the biggest is 4 terms. So 8 hours in our case for 3 terms is equivalent to 6 units of teaching load, and then the rest are then you the rest of your load is dedicated to your admin function and to your research. So that was quite a very, I mean, that time was very manageable, Dr. Owais, because in the Philippines it's reverse. It's reverse. It's
Mhm.
6 hours or 6 hours or 6 units in research, and then the rest are teaching. That's why
Okay.
we
Mm.
are more of a teaching university than a research university. Um,
I think UBD has a quite big step when I think somewhere 2010, 2011. When before that, UBD was also mostly concentrating on the teaching as a teaching university. But from 2011, 10 or 11 onwards, the more importance was given or to the research side. That's why you can see that the things have changed a lot. So research is the main focus of the university. That's why you will see that we don't have that much load. I can see, this is a quite decent one. We can manage that much of load. And secondly, number of students are also low. As compared to Philippine, it depends on the population. You know that your population is big. Brunei does not have that much big population, roughly 4,000, 400,000, or 450,000, something like that. So we have around 5,000 students are there, and out of that, depending on the faculty, some faculties have large number, other faculties have smaller number. So it's quite manageable for us. So we can manage in terms of teaching this load. So that's why most of our time is spent in research side.
Yes, also for all our viewers, you learn a few things about history of other countries. Well, Brunei has only 450,000 population as compared to Philippines that has a more than 100 million population. We're in Jakarta last week, and we're talking with our researcher collaborator Doc Mac, and they are 200 million in Indonesia. So that discrepancy in the number of size of population. I would rather I can compare actually your case to the case of NUS or Singapore, no, because I mean of course, the last night I'm talking with, we have a dinner with Doc Joey, and um, actually, the reason why we have linked with you is through NUS.
Oh,
That's the
okay,
reason.
okay.
That's the
Yeah.
main reason. Okay, our collaborator
Mm,
from NUS link us to you. That's why I've learned from
mm,
Dr. Joey that you really have a very good collaboration with NUS, and that's quite a very exciting thing to know. Now,
mm,
Doc Owais, when you say you have 40 hours, 40 hours, and I say 40 hours, so that our viewers, because most of our viewers here are students and faculty members, no? The
mhm.
40 hours per week that you spend, 8 hours in teaching, so the 32 hours is now divided in your admin and in your research.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, you know that research is not something which we do only at university, and I don't say that thing because even at home we are also. I think most of our researchers are spending more than 40 hours because they once they go home, still they work, and even on holidays they work. So it's I mean you can quantify that way that 40 is the requirement, but you will see that people are working more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
Mm,
agree with that.
mm,
But
mm.
how about funding? What can you say about funding?
Uh, I mean, quite good. I mean, in terms, if you see, UBD has quite good source of funding coming actually from the Ministry of Education here. We have few different sources of funding in Brunei. Within UBD, we have at faculty level funding is provided, which is usually 40 to 50K Brunei dollars. Funding per project is possible. Then at a next stage, we have the university research grant, which are somewhere like 70, 80K per project are also given, which are these projects are usually 2 to 3 years project. The funding can be provided by university in these two cases, but one of them is coming as faculty research grant, other is coming from the university research grant. In both cases, collaborations from outside are more than welcome, and we have collaborators from different universities and different countries. So we have personal collaboration, we have university level collaboration. Both kind of collaborations are there. Then we have another funding which is a big, little bit bigger amount, which is somewhere like 250,000 Brunei dollar, which is funding which is coming from the Brunei government, and these funds are for bigger projects. So in terms of funding, these are three stages where we are the funding is provided, and also even at a lower level, like as a seed grant is also given for those faculty members who join as their early career. So they are given a seed funding sometime somewhere between 5 to 10K to 20K depending on their project. So we have quite various sources of fundings which are available in this case. But one important thing which I would like to highlight here in our case, these fundings, research fundings, are solely used for research purpose and payment of the equipment, software, hardware, or a research assistant, hiring the research assistant. Our students, who are our PhD students, they are not paid through this funding. They are given separate scholarships. So this funding does not cover their scholarship. Scholarship admission things are coming from the university directly.
Oh, right. I think you don't have much challenge when it comes to funding, since your university plus the government is supporting you. So how do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
describe the how do you describe the competitiveness when it comes to um, applying for funds? I know a lot of you
yeah.
are funding for funds, right? Is there a competition
Yeah, yeah.
like
I mean, yes, we have different levels of the scrutiny of the projects, which can be at the faculty level and like department level, faculty level, and it goes beyond that one to our research forum level, which is university level scrutiny. As I mentioned to you earlier, we have few prioritized the areas there which we give more preference, and those are changed over the period of time, like in years, 2 to 3 years time. The things depending on which field is growing more faster. then the funding is diverted towards that. So we have like 4 5 areas which are already identified, and among those areas, then if the project is coming under those areas, then it's easy to get the funding, as compared to if you bring some you want to acquire funding for something which is not under those thrust of the university. These The competitive is, as I mentioned to you earlier, that we mostly see how much benefit that research can bring to the country and as well as to the community in general. So this is very very important for us. So whenever we look for the projects, we look at this thing very importantly. I mean, creation of knowledge is definitely important, but only creation of the knowledge and leaving it at that stage is not enough for us. So we look for those projects which are a bit more on the applied side, which can generate something which is useful for the community in terms of products like entrepreneurship and product development. These are very very critical for us. So we look for those projects which can generate then can be used to generate more source of funding for us. So
Yes.
like we go for patents, we go for the product development, we go for the definitely publications are the essential criteria for these projects.
Yeah, during our visit with the Intellectual Property Office of Brunei, they said that mostly filing of patents came from UBD. Mostly the
Yeah, yeah,
filing, yeah, the local filings,
yeah,
because
yeah,
we're
local.
talking about, yeah, local filing,
Mm,
and we saw some samples
mm,
uh, of those that were filed by the university. Okay, and
mm,
yes, in fact, with your guiding principle were knowledge acquisition and dissemination. The dissemination part, example, in the Philippines, we call it utilization, research output
okay, okay.
utilization. Yeah,
Mm,
can either
mm,
be in a form of a publication or in a form of commercialization. So
yeah.
can you tell us the state where in your an example of your products that has already been commercialized or used by its users?
Uh, I mean, there are two types of products which are generally there. Uh, One of them is in-house one, which we develop for the university itself. And these are the things which we do. But there is another one which is based on the other community. I'm not in that department, but I know few of them which are related. For example, I think there was some from the chemistry department. They have designed some kind of chemical paints which can last longer, or some kind of thing that can be done. So it's more related to the certain type of paint. So from chemistry department, I know which there was a student who has opened his own company, and they are now having collaboration with other industries. This is one I know. I am not in that office, so I am not sure that there may be 3 or 4 more are there, but I'm not much aware on that side. From our side, like we have from computer science department, we have our own mobile applications available, which we have developed, or websites which are available. These have been done, but these are most of the time they are for within the university, these kind of. But if you look at the commercialization part of it, then there are few of them which I don't know. I just recall one of them for the time being. But that one is has been like the company has been opened by one of these students.
All right. Because it is the reason why I am comparing your university or your country with Singapore. It's because of the let's say uh, mostly if you want a big business, your adapters or your clients should be the whole world. You should
Yeah,
offer
yeah.
your product out of the world, because that's also
Mm,
how NUS told us that if they offer their market, they offer their product in Singapore, tomorrow they will die. And then but Singapore is so open to anything, and then they now reach out to other countries as their clients, and which I think it's also same case with maybe same model with UBT. And we are the different countries like us, for instance, in this collaboration, may want really to work with you guys regarding co incubation and co-mentorship specifically to the utilization part of the research output.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's one of the things that I think we can discuss more in detail, because this is something that NUS Enterprise discussed with us, and also during our meeting you have your director for enterprise, I think, that
Mhm.
that has
Yeah, yeah.
sit down with us. Yes.
So sure, sure. I mean, in that regard, just to add one thing, we have a complete unit on that. We have the this for entrepreneurship, commercialization, and intellectual property. We have units who are working in that, and we are very keen on this, especially the incubation. And projects are already there. We have quite different ways that you will see that even in our all modules we have tried to incorporate the entrepreneurship contents, or the way that kind of skill set which can be inculcated or which can be instilled in the students. So you will find we have 2 3 different units who are working in this area.
Oh, that's nice to know,
So
because
yeah, yeah.
yeah, we can identify example certain subjects that our entrepreneurship students can take in your respective universities, things like this, because we wanted to learn, of course, from the experiences of our neighboring country, and that's on one of the agenda. We have to
Sure,
we have to see how
sure.
these talks would develop. But when I went to Vietnam, that's also one of their agenda. They want
Okay.
really, because they're into entrepreneurship. So I think
Mhm.
this
Sure, sure.
entrepreneurship thingy is very important, and that
Mhm.
everybody listening to us right now know, most of the students that really understand that entrepreneurial mind or entrepreneurship is very important, no matter what your degree courses are. So
Mhm.
that is one of the, in our university, that's one of the attributes of a graduate of a student, of an alumni, is they should have this entrepreneurial mind. So this is it's actually the role of my center. That's why I am
Mhm.
really wanted to work with you guys regarding this facet of research. And also, just for your entry level researchers, no, this is a very exciting thing to discuss as well. So you are giving a special privilege or a special incentive for entry level researchers.
Yeah, I mean, you are saying the faculty members.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, this is given to them, and especially to the locals. There is, as I mentioned to you, that whenever they join, the new faculty member they join, the seed grant is given to them, and they most of the time initially for first few years they work with the mentors, senior staff, and then once and they are encouraged all the time. They are encouraged to write projects, the research projects and funding from the very beginning, from the first day they join. They are told that they have to write some sort of research funding projects. So I mean, that's quite they are quite encouraging in this way.
That's nice to note, because really, Dr. Owais, not in most universities in the Philippines, still problem would be the faculty should be motivated more to do research, because most of them are really more into teaching and really more on the practice of profession. And thus,
Mhm.
to hear that there is an entry level incentive or benefit or motivation package is an important thing. I hope that those who are listening right to us right now, by the way, we have 785 viewers right now who are in a combination of Facebook and YouTube, and most of them are in Facebook right now. Hello to all of you. Good evening, everyone. And to all the listeners right now, especially yung mga we have past guests who are administrators of universities, or some are honors of universities. It is important to give this kind of motivation to entry level. In fact, Dr. Owais, no, we're thinking of, in our university, we're thinking of giving awards for newbies, recognition to newbies, certificates, and even to
Mm,
citations. Citations is so hard.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're
Mm.
also
I
giving.
mean, in terms of publication, also we encourage, as I told you, for research publications, even university supports a lot. Nowadays, as you know, probably that open access journals are there. So university supports these open access payment for these open access journals. I mean, I'm just saying that university is spending a lot to boost the research culture in UBD. So they are doing whatever possible help is there. They try them for that, whether it's coming in terms of collaboration, whether in terms of the research funding, whether in terms of publication funding. That's also given by a university.
That's nice. So, do you have a because in most universities in the Philippines, the practice is like this. Example, you publish to a quartile one research or ISI index research, you receive around 60,000 pesos.
No,
And
I
then
think that's a kind of thing. Yeah, it's not here. We don't have this culture. Don't that if you publish, then you will get payment for that. This is not the way university is working. We feel that this is the, uh, I mean, your own passion. You should go for the research, not for the sake of money only. I mean, no, they are different universities. They have different models, but UBD does not support this model.
I think,
Mm.
well, yeah, because not all of the researchers as well of the faculty members, because there are so many in terms of population in
Mm.
the Philippines. So not everybody has a chance really to have a grant of their research. Or if they had a research fund, it may be not that big as what you have said a while ago, like the range of 40,000 to 50,000 K per project is quite very big, and that amount I think is already the research budget of some universities. I mean, di ba, Ella, no? Some university might already have that amount already as the whole university research budget, no? I don't know, but in most cases, the public universities or the government universities, we call it state universities in Philippines. Um, Mostly, they have tons of foreign funding. So, what can you say about foreign funding? So, and also, what are your sources of foreign funding?
Foreign funding can come, like for example, as I just given you one example of having a collaboration with Virginia Tech University in US with UBD. So they had their own funding from I think national NSF. I think they have their own funding. So that was just directly coming from them, and we had our own funding here. So we just combined that one, and we bought some equipment for that project. They brought their own equipment, and they are doing research here. So that's a kind of thing which is happening. We have one scheme which is called the match funding thing, where equal amount of money can come from both sides. Like UBD can, for example, UBD gives 30K, 40K, whatever. I mean, depending on what a budget is. 20K, similar, let's say a smaller budget. Then the same amount can come from the 20K can come from the other university. So it will be called as a match funding. So foreign funding, in this way, we support each other and we can go for it. But there is one important thing which I would like to highlight here, that this kind of funding, whatever funding we have, uh, the requirement of that one is that it has to be used within the country. So a person can we can bring in, like we can bring in the visiting faculty, we can go there and we can send our students there, but if as a payment to someone outside, staying outside is not possible with our fundings. So we can bring in some people, they can work here, and we can engage them in terms of visiting faculty. That is possible, or visiting professor, or short visits we can arrange for 40 days or 2 months, depending on that how much is that. So match funding is one way that where the funds can be transferred, but in that case, probably you know that those funds are utilized by each university itself within their own premises. So same thing happens here. So in terms of foreign funding, uh, a little bit. like different way we go for it as compared to the other universities. Like I know in some universities they are quite open. Once you get the funding, you can use it anywhere. You can hire a person outside the country and they can do the job and you can pay to them. That's a kind of thing does not happen here. So we need to bring the person here and then we can pay them, but not through that funding. In that case, we usually go it for our student allowances, like in terms of PhD funding that's given this way.
Uh,
So I mean that's the way foreign funding usually works in UBD.
all right. So never. So there's no grant. I mean, have you experienced having that grant in aid from
Sorry,
any
what?
grant in aid from any funding
Oh,
sources
from
out
other,
there?
yes, yes, that's done. Like for example, European Union funding. So, but
Yeah.
that's generally, for example, we have recently one of our colleagues in biology department. They have got a funding from UK. So there is a university in UK, and there is a like for example, we have one faculty member here. So the both of them together applied for a funding. So that kind of funding, we were able to secure that one. So those
Mm.
fundings we go for it, but that's most of the time that's not in under the jurisdiction of university. University has to get give an approval, but it's not like that they would say that they will do something for you. So you have a partner in some other university and you want to engage with them, and then both of you can write a proposal to some foreign funding. So university will support it. We do that one. We have some sometimes we get from India. They have a pool of that one. Some other countries, wherever we these kind of fundings are there, which are sometimes especially for the ASEAN region. So they need some partners from within the ASEAN region. So then we also contribute in that.
That's nice to know because yeah, I remember University of Lao, National University of Lao is more of foreign funding than internal funding. I mean, rather than the government funding. So, I mean, each country is very unique. Also reminds
Mm.
me of I also have, by the way, my university also has a MOA with MUS, and it's about commercializing a particular technology. And we have already signed it, and we're on the talks of how we can commercialize it further. So these things,
Mhm.
foreign funding, foreign collaboration is very important. And I think
Mm.
Ella has a question. Ella?
You're mute.
Hello, good evening, Dr.
Good evening.
Malik. Ayan.
How are you?
So, I would like to ask if do you have any tips or any idea for us, for foreigner who wants to collaborate with you, with your university,
Uh,
or any
I mean,
others
in terms
foreigner
of
who want to collaborate?
yeah, generally the way we start a collaboration in university, and which is more sustainable, I will say, which will long last, would be we need to start first at the individual level. If you don't find anyone in your area of interest and you go through university, maybe university will have memorandum of understanding or any other kind of memorandum, but later on, if you don't find your partner, the counterpart, like from the other university, it doesn't work at all. We have this kind of experience a lot. So the first and foremost thing is identify an individual who is from your same area or who can support your research. And then even we have other ways of working, like for example, sometimes the idea can come from both sides. Funding can be secured only from UBD, and both of the researchers can work together. You have a student, we can give you like for example, the student can visit here for some time, or mentorship can be done. Equipment is available here, so then they want to come and they want to use equipment here, that's also possible. So that would be more sustainable as compared to if you try to go from the university to university level. I have seen that usually doesn't work. So that would be my first and important thing. Then once the funding, like that's what another thing which I just mentioned, that funding is not most of the time required from the other side. It's not all the time that we would be expecting that the other partner will be giving us some money, or because we will be acquiring some funds. Funds can be still in our at our end, but maybe you have the resources. For example, our number of students are a bit low. You have a lot of students, so you can identify your students, and we have the funding. So later on, if we reach to a memorandum of understanding, then your student can come to UBD, can stay here, and can work or can use our equipment, and then research can go on. That's one way. Or if student is not coming, even both researchers can work
Wow.
together. So
Oh, that's great. That's great, sir.
mhm.
Yeah, I want to capitalize on that and exaggerate and emphasize those important tips that Dr. Owais had mentioned. Students' participation. In research, faculty research, students are but inevitable part of the team, right, Dr. Owais?
Yeah, yes.
Yes,
Mm.
because this is one thing that that faculty has to learn how to collaborate with students. That's also the principle of our chairman that a researcher should always have at least 6 units of teaching or 8 hours of teaching so that they have a contact with students and they could
Yeah,
easily find the person in the team. And these students are learning so much from this research. But if we put the students as part of the team, can the students receive some form of financial,
no.
allowances?
That won't happen. That's what I told you. That money transfer from government money transfer to outside is not allowed. That's, I mean, there is another way which I can suggest, and that's the way we go for it. Uh, that you can start with some initial research, and with like the researchers can communicate with each other, identify the student, and then we can support him or her for getting admission in PhD. So so in that way, they will get the scholarship from here. But if while they're staying in Philippines, while they're staying outside, that's that's not the policy of the university. I mean, it's a university level policy, so we cannot change that one. But we can do this way. For example, two researchers have decided some project, and students are on your end are already there, so we can start working on that. And once they are here, we have, as I told you, we have two different scholarships which are quite decent. One of them is like $500 US UBD scholarship is there, which in accommodation is free in that. So that is one. The second one, which is higher one, is $1,500, which is quite decent one, $1,500 per month. And then I think if there is a good student and he wants to come here, so we can support based on maybe jointly supervised by Philippine University, and also the some researcher from Philippine University and UBD researcher. So those things are possible.
That's cool. That's quite a good opportunity for researchers
Yeah.
to collaborate with you. And so if any of the UBD faculty decided on a personal level, not on a university to university, it's a person to person decision to
Mhm.
collaborate, then the UBD professor can be given the funding regarding that
Yeah.
project
Yes. Yeah.
without any
Yeah. There's,
MOA.
no. That's not required. That's not required. But I mean, based on that, the MOA can be uh, initiated. Once
Mm,
we have that kind of thing, so we can do this one. So we can say that we are starting a common project, so we want to have that MOA or MOU or those kind of things, so that is possible. Now there are two things which I have just come to know. One of that is coming from the research office, and another is coming from the IP office. So we need to look into these things later on, maybe once I get more information about this MOC which you were mentioning, or we have our MOU thing. So I will have to ask few more details from them, because today I have received an email regarding certain concerns. So I will get back to you on that once I get more information on
yeah, thank you, Dr. Owais. And hello,
that.
good evening to all our 1,000 plus viewers right now. Thank you for tuning in to our discussion, a very important discussion about, of course, foreign collaboration. And because Philippines, most of the private universities in the Philippines are yet to I mean to start or to what you call this to steer up spin off their internationalization programs, more foreign collaborations. No, in fact, there are only few universities that are still part of the THE and the QS Stars ranking, and most of us are now gearing towards that direction. Dr. Owais, how long does it take for your research to be the research budget to be released? How is it going? And if you are receiving any applying for any funding from the Brunei government, how long is the process it takes?
It like we have complete procedure given to us, so we have to first of all plan the project, and then that project proposal has to be written. We have a certain format of it that has to go through the approval of the faculty level, or which we say department level, we have, depending on that what you are doing. So it generally is a faculty level thing if it's a faculty research grant. So faculty has to go through with that project proposal, and then uh, this once if it is approved, they this goes to the next level of research forum, which where they approve it. This usually, if everything goes very smooth, it takes around uh, 2 to 3 months time to get the funding. Like from initiating the project till the funding is approved, it's take roughly 3 months. I would just say within 3 months we are able to get the final approval, and the research project approval letter is issued. Once the letter is issued, then we can start like spending money. So
That
roughly 3 months.
that was short compared to compared to I've never experienced a 3 months process when it comes to external funding. No? Typically, it's a year at least, 1 year at least.
Uh,
On my experience,
I
on my
think maybe
experience.
that has been quite smooth now. We had also issues with that, but as I mentioned, that faculty research grant is a bit easy to get. University research grant is a little bit more competitive and it's a bigger amount. Then it may take 4 months, maybe maximum 5 months. Usually it's now it's very fast. 3 months is most of the time you will get within 3 months. It's quite fast in UBD now. Our research office is doing very well in this regard.
Okay, so I think Ella has a question. Ella.
Actually, I'm interested on PhD scholarship that you have mentioned. So, where can I, for example, if I would like to further know the details and how I will possibly
We
apply
have a
on that?
graduate studies website. So all the details are there. Eligibility criteria are there, and the like other requirements are also there for
Limited
international
requirements.
students.
All right.
Yeah, but I mean, generally, whenever it comes to the scholarship, any country, wherever you go, it's always competitive. So we need to see that if the student has all those skills, has already some experience in publishing, so those kind of things we look definitely we look for it. So if it is the UGRS is quite competitive. I mean, it's available. If the student is good and the supervisor, you need to contact the supervisor also, because the supervisor has to recommend, and then the supervisor is ready and he recommends, and then the student's profile is good, then scholarship are usually granted.
But I have a further question, Dr. Malik, that
Hmm.
um, is your university now accepts students via virtual? Meaning,
Sorry, why
can we,
accept the
if
student?
if do you have this what they called open university, wherein if ever we are enrolled in your university, can we just attend classes via virtual?
We don't have the classes. Actually, our research program is purely research based. So in some of the cases, you need to attend some modules, but most of the PhD, like PhD research, is done like only research-based PhDs. There's no coursework you have to do. So not coursework based, it's a research-based PhD. So the student has to spend their 3 years PhD is the duration is 3 years, and a student has to spend at least 2 years within country, within UBD.
All
Brunei.
right. Thank
So
you. Thank
so
you.
then they can go for a field visit. They can go outside. So maximum is 6 months to 1 year they can stay outside. But 2 years if they don't spend in UBD, they are not considered as the UBD student.
All right. I think yeah. There are a lot of universities that offer scholarship. Um, uh, Vietnam National University has also discussed us with us possibility of scholarship for students, etc. And yes, everything free is quite competitive. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, and,
Mm.
Dr. Owais, could you tell us like a culture in could you tell us about Brunei and how can you convince these viewers of us 1,000 plus viewers of us right now to visit your country?
It's a difficult question. uh, I mean, culture-wise, obviously, different countries have different ways of living, and different types of population are here. I mean, it's a quite multicultural place. Brunei is has different ethnicity. People are here. Malay are here. Chinese population is there. Other population is also there. But in terms of, I think the best thing which you will find in Brunei is their tolerance level. You won't see in many countries that kind of tolerance level which the Brunei people have. They're very polite, and you won't find the fighting going on anywhere in the country. Alhamdulillah, I mean, it's one of the peaceful countries in the world, and in terms of the safety wise, quite safe country. Uh, I don't compare it with the life of Singapore, which is much faster. But I think that the way people enjoy here is a bit different. And even in Philippines, I know, I mean, it's quite different. I know many people, Filipinos here in Brunei, but they have a different culture, different ways of living. Brunei is different. Obviously, one important thing is that it's Islamic state. It has its own rules also, but I don't find that people have those kind of issues. They're all type of people here. All ethnicities are here. Quite, I mean, whatever they want to do. There are some restrictions which are generally like based on the government policies. But what most important for me is like you will find the once you interact with the people, you will find them quite friendly, quite tolerable, and quite like kind to you, and you won't feel yourself a kind of person like you are foreign to them. I mean, they adopt you. You can go with them. You can enjoy with them. They're quite okay in that sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. Brunei, no traffic, and of course, good food, and there's road ethics. I mean, the cars will not
Yeah, yeah.
give priority to the pedestrian, and very
Mm,
hospitable, especially
yeah,
say hello to the intellectual property office of Brunei. Very hospitable, and clean everywhere. I don't
yeah.
know, I cannot see any trash. Even in the water village, I cannot even see even a single plastic bottle that was thrown. Anything, I can't see
Mm,
any waste product, waste in the streets.
mm.
It's quite peaceful, and of course, you cannot see a lot of motorcycles. It's
That's what
it's
you will
other.
see cars. You will, or you
Yeah.
won't see even the people on the road walking, or except for their jogging or their exercise. You won't find people. They are going here and there by walking. I mean, those things are there definitely. That's what I say, that it's a bit different kind of feeling once you go to other places. But I feel that uh, the people have different priorities. If you want a very fast life, the life is not fast here that much, and like nightlife is not like that way, which is in the other
Yes.
part of the world. So that those things if you are fond of those things, then it's a bit different.
And of course, Dr. Wise, there's no beer and there's no smoking, right?
Yeah, yeah,
No
yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
All right, but
You will
good
be safe.
food.
I mean, you will
Yes,
be safe,
very safe.
even on the weekends.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. And yes, if you
uh,
want a very unique experience, go to Brunei
mm,
because this is something not like you are seeing in the Philippines every day. This is something, a very new experience. All right. So,
yeah, yeah.
Dr. Owais, before you leave, can you please type on the private chat 5 words that you significantly mentioned this evening? I will and later after you leave us the I will ask the guest I will ask the viewers to guess those words. Can you write on the private chat on the right side of your computer 5 words that you significantly mentioned during your discussion or
Okay,
during
okay.
our forum?
Mm,
Yes. Okay. We will wait for that 5 words. And Ella, this is a very, we've seen how diverse the ASEAN countries are. Very much diverse. So we're waiting for the five words. Hello to our 1,000 plus viewers. Good evening to all of you. Thank you for tuning in to our live streaming for tonight. Okay. All right. We're waiting for the 5 words. While we're waiting for 5 words, Ella, you can do shout out first. So while we're waiting for the 5 words, shout outs to all our regular viewers: Javier Centeno, Happy DTV, Chichay Uni, Chofi So Sweet, Katniel TV, Ella's Angel here, Mom Ella, Mom Kat, um, and Erlinda Cadillo. Of course, thank you to Team Helpful. Good evening to all of you. Okay, so I hope you're next week, no? Sino kaya ang next guest natin? Yan. We're down to our 1, 2, 3, 4. We have already 4 words here. And I think Ella is having a hard time connecting to the internet considering we're on the same hotel and the same room. I Internet really is a problem here. All right, so we have the five
okay,
words.
thank you.
So before,
Yeah.
yeah, Dr. Owais, can you before you leave us, can we hear some final words from you?
From my side, I mean, I would invite all of you to visit Brunei. I think it's one of the wonderful countries in the world, and definitely you can visit us in UBD. We would like to welcome you. You can contact us in different perspectives, maybe in research, not only teaching research, but maybe in general, if you have other thoughts, especially related to the commercialization part, patent part. So we are more than happy to welcome these things. From university point of view, I can say that one. But in general, you are welcome to Brunei. We will have, and if you can visit like on 15th of July, somewhere nearby that, you will see the birthday of His Majesty. You will definitely enjoy that event. If you are ready, you want to really see that one. It's a good time to visit Brunei. You will see a lot of things happening during that time period.
What
Thank you very much. Thanks for
what month is that?
15th of July. It's the next month.
Oh,
15th of July.
15th of July, sayang.
After
We should
yeah,
have. We should have visited at that time. Yeah,
You could have seen the quite I think Bandar side, the city center is quite active during that time.
really. So
Mm.
yeah. So thank you so much, Dr. Wise, for
Thanks.
taking the time. I know you're having a party right now. We don't want to get much of your time.
Mm.
It was a wonderful sharing of different research culture, different countries. Thank you so much, and
Mm.
hope to
Thanks,
see
Amy.
you soon
Soon.
again.
Okay, thanks.
All
Thank you
right.
very
Bye
much.
bye,
Thanks.
Dr. Wise.
Bye. Thanks.
Naglag ako, ma'am. Naglag ka ulit. Oo nga. Ayan, nasa loob ka na. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, Ella. Hello. Hello to our 1,000 plus viewers right now. And Pinoy Henyo po tayo ngayon. Pinoy Henyo, please get ready with your notes. Get ready with your notes. I have now the 5 words. Saglit anin ko lang yung clues. Nadi-disconnect ka, no?
Hindi ko pa na-send yung savings ninyo. Kinulang ako time. Shoutout pala kay Ma'am Kat, ayan. Sana magkita tayo pohon. And Sir Ronel. Ay, wala si Sir Ronel ngayon, naku, tampo ako, char.
Malungkot si Happy.
Ayan, shoutout kay Chofis Universe, ayan. Oh, malungkot si Happy ba diyan? Shoutout naman kay Happy. Panay ano siya kanina dito, eh, baka naka-BG, ayan, oh, sabi niya, "Sis Els, you got this." And shoutout kay Sis Chichay Uni, ayan. Sorry, naku, talagang nagla-lag ako kanina pa, Ma'am Ria. So, halos hindi ko marinig ng maayos yung salita, 'no. Pero so happy kasi binaunlakan talaga, guys. Sobrang na-appreciate namin yung pagiging hospitable nila, parang Filipino. And very kind sila. Hindi mo maramdaman na you are um, other people, other race, or you are a foreigner. Hindi nila ipaparamdam sa'yo yon. Very natural silang makikipag-usap. And ang linis dito. Totoo yung sinabi ni Ma'am Maria. And walang traffic. Napaka ah, maaliwalas, presko, at tahimik, 'yan. Sa mga gano'ng klaseng tao nung aura 'no or yung tahimik na lugar, ito yung right, place na puwede ninyong puntahan. And kanina I'd like to recall pala 'no, Ma'am Ria, nandito si Ma'am Ria. Shout out Ma'am Ria. Nakapag-tour kami ng saglit lang naman pero sobrang nasulit yung time namin na marami kaming napuntahan and isa sa mga napuntahan namin is yung King Palace. Talagang grabe, iba yung experience. Grateful kaming lahat ng guard na magpa-picture in front of the King Palace. And um, what else? Totoo rin 'no, dito ang sarap ng pagkain nila, nabanggit ni Maria kanina gabi. Kakaibang taste pero like us, may mga native food tayo, sobrang sarap din pala ang mga pagkain dito. Yung unang araw pa lang namin, naramdaman na namin na mukhang mag-e-enjoy kami dito kahit na totoong walang nightlife. Pero depende daw how you define nightlife here. Ayan. Back to you, Ma'am Ria. Ay, naku ma'am, sabi ni Chappy daw talaga ako. Putol-putol ba o ako lang? Sabi
Yeah,
niya.
nagcha-choppy ka. Pero kasi I
Nagcha-choppy
want
kami.
to share a
Ako baka ako
video
lang.
sana nung food na kinait natin. Saglit
Sige ma'am, go
I'll share
ahead. Dali na.
something nung kinain namin. Wait lang. Talagang masaya dito, guys. I mean, if you want a unique experience, hindi maingay, walang traffic, mababait na tao, pumunta kayo dito. Yeah.
Bad ang tao,
Talagang
grabe. That's
kakaibang experience.
very respectful sila.
Sa transpo lang talaga.
Oo, kaya
Yeah.
taas, ma'am, 'di ba? Kasi kahit malayo or malapit na yung pupuntahan, fix po yung price na ibabayad mo sa taxi. At tayo makakita ng price dito talagang taxi and mga lahat halos na mga tao dito may kotse. Pero walang traffic. Ayan.
I'm looking for a video. Papakita namin sa inyo yung unique experience namin ni Ella, yung pagkain. Anong patawag sa pagkain na yun? It's called, wait, kumain kami ng ambuyat. Dali, ino-open ko lang.
Napaka-exciting yung pagkain na yan.
Daming unique dito. Unique talaga. The land of many surprises. Surprise treasures. Surprise treasures.
Kingdom of, yeah, unexpected treasure, tama.
Overseeing the river village. Saglit.
yan? Pakilin yung mga river na.
And then, actually, mas gusto ko pakita sa kanila yung yung kinain natin. Saglit lang guys. Yung aking 101 tutorial. Ayun, ito na. Ito na. Hinihintay ko lang ma-send sa akin. Baka sakali nandito na sa aking internet. Ang hirap kasi ng internet dito. Oh, wala pa siya. Wait lang. Wait lang natin, guys. So, kakaiba talaga dito, guys. Pero kung sanay ka sa busy life, gusto mo sobrang bilis ng life, maingay, huwag ka pumunta dito kasi dito serene, tahimik. Okay. Hinihintay ko lang dumating sa yung sinend kong sa sarili ko na na file. But this is not spicy. No. Okay. Yes. So how you
Ayan, actually meron nito may nabasa ako kanina sobrang tawa ko. Sabi ni si Shopee, kasi yung term niya sa Shopee putol-putol. Kaya sabi ko, "Ha?" Sabi ko, "Bakit putol-putol?" Okey. So Shopee pala, hindi niya maintindihan kung ako yung Shopee or siya. Ayan, nag-e-echo pa daw, ma'am. Actually kanina din parang nafi-feel ko nag-e-echo 'pag nagsasalita. Pero ngayon, kamusta ang boses ko, Sis Chofie? Wala bang nag-e-echo at saka wala bang putol-putol? Parang ang feeling ko 'pag binasa ko yung na yun, pudol-pudol. Ayan. So, kanina sobrang nasulit namin yung time namin and thank you pala 'no sa aming project leader si Ma'am Ria at saka siyempre nandito rin si Dr. Nuna. And kasama din namin si Sir Mark and si Ma'am Irene. Ayan, kahit 5 lang kami, alam mo 'yun, sobrang kakaiba yung experience namin kanina. Ah, nasulit. Ayan,
Ayan, hindi ka na nagtatampo. Late na si
talaga
Ruel.
yung loyal viewer mo, ma'am. Bukod kay Ma'am Kat at Sis Chofie, Sir Mami Erlinda, Happy. Si Ronel, ayan, Sir Ronel, mega love shoutout daw po sabi ni Ma'am Kat. Okay na daw yung boses ko, salamat naman po, hindi na siya budol-budol, joke lang. Yung internet dito talagang ma-joke talaga, ayan. Hi Ma'am Kat, shoutout ni Sir Ronel and good evening daw, Ma'am Ria and Ma'am Ella. Thank you, Sir Ronel, for tuning in. Sana naman makapag-invite naman kayo ng mga friendship ninyo dyan para masaya tayo. And hopefully magkita tayo, Sir Ronel and Ma'am Kat, and kung sino mga taga Pinas, no? pag-uwi namin. I'm not sure kasi Ma'am Ria is so busy. So, ako talaga nag-commit ko nung bagong list. So hanggang word na po no sa ng Diyos maayos na ligtas ang aming biyahe. Bukas po yan. At sana magkita tayo para naman maiabot namin no personally yung pasalubong para sa inyo. Ayan. Kanina na-remind ko si Ma'am Ria habang namimili. Ma'am, meron bang po kayong ano dyan? Ma'am cut dyan. Siyempre, makakalimutan ba namin yung ano dyan, no? Nag-ma'am to. Nagda-draft daw siya ng dissertation. Wow, sana all. Hindi ko pa napanood pero ayan na.
I'll make you some
Ayan na, ayan na.
This is ambuyat. Sagu.
Yes, made of sago powder. Like they make it.
No, it's okay. And this is the stick. No.
No durian.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can try this one. That is not, or you can have it. Okay, one second. Yeah. You can try this first. Okay. So how you do it? You try this first, because if you don't like this, I can give you another one. Yeah.
But this is not spicy.
No, not spicy. Okay, what? Okay,
So
so how you do it is you stick it in and then bring it up and roll it over, just like that, and then dip.
all right.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
You want me to dip
Okay.
on that favorite? Okay, I will
Okay.
dip it in. Okay. Scoop it up. Okay. Maybe you take some more. Okay, I think that's good for trial. Okay, and then yeah. Okay. Sticky. Sticky. That's okay. What do you think it is? Guava. Yeah. This is durian. I know. I'm so sorry. I just need you to tell. Oh my god. First time. This is like Irene. Okay, because I know it doesn't have that taste actually. Yeah. Right? It doesn't have that durian taste, right? Well done.
You have me at the happy.
Yes, but it's okay if you don't like it. It's fine. You just there's also other things. That's oh my god. Okay, that's mango. This is mango, but if you want, you can also dip it with that. Would you like that?
And this is what?
That is they call it chinchalu, but it's very salty. I must say, quite salty. You want to try a bit? Or
And this one?
this one is this is very sour.
Oh no.
Yes.
Let's try.
You can mix. Yes, you can mix everything. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's too sour, you can mix. Put some sugar. Yep. Okay, maybe not too much. Oh, I think that would be a lot. Maybe I can put some more. Here you go. Okay. Gotta stir it first. Yeah.
Okay, I'm now becoming an instant chef.
You see, here you become a chef.
Yeah.
Okay.
I scoop it.
Yes, scoop it and roll it. Yes,
Roll
that's
it.
right. That's right.
And
Okay, and yes, dip it.
Yeah.
See if it's okay.
Nice.
Nice. You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. You found what you like. Okay.
Oh,
You
I
can
like
have some
mango
more,
too.
and then can add a bit of sugar up to your liking. Yeah. And actually, I like this eating on its own without that. You can also do that.
Oh, really?
Yes. You can eat this on its own.
All right. Now I found my.
Okay. You found it.
Thank you so much. And this is my like. This is my chef. Thank you.
Oh, see, sobrang friendly nila and talagang accommodating. Yon.
Diba? That's ambuyat, and I think that's you can only find it in Brunei and no other place in the
Brunei.
world. Yeah.
Yes.
So now let's have the Pinoy henyo.
Yes,
Ready na
kasi
kayo
sobrang lamig
ah.
na ng
Pinoy
kwarto
henyo na
namin.
tayo Oo. Pinoy henyo, Pinoy henyo. All right. So, Word number 1. Sana mabigyan ko ng justice to itong mga tanong. Okay. Parang tanong din to last week. What is needed for research? What is needed for a research project?
Siyempre, yung researcher. Joke lang.
What is needed
Budget.
for... sinasabi ni Irene si Adi daw yun.
That's
Yeah,
the name.
Adi.
That's the name of
Adi
the
Omar.
tutor ni Ma'am Ria kanina.
Adi Omar, yes.
Yung,
Research gap. Try more. Yes. Ang galing ni Chofi. Wala pa rin siya inabutan, pero siya pa yung nakasagot.
wow, ang galing naman ni Chofi.
Alam mo,
si
ito
Chofi.
si Chofi, nag-aaral na ngayon yan.
Yeah. Sir Ronald, naunahan pa ikaw. Researcher.
Si Chofi na magdodoktoral ah. Okay. Next. What is it that, how do Dr. Owais describe the people of Brunei? Ano daw yung i-enjoy nyo dito about the people of Brunei? May sinabi siyang word.
It starts with letter.
Sabi niya, 'di ba, sinabi niya, 'di ba, you come to Brunei kasi come to Brunei because may sinabi siyang
Friendly?
isang-
May sinabi si Ma'am Kato, friendly?
No, go.
Accommodating?
May sinabi siyang word how to describe the people
One word?
of Brunei. One word.
Oh, it starts with letter. So may ganun. Is it letter?
Basta ganun niya dinescribe yung yung mga people of Brunei. Kahit walang motorcycle dito, promise.
Is it 3 syllables or 2 syllables?
Ito yung sa 3 syllables.
Oh!
Kahit walang motorcycle dito, promise. May nakita ka bang motorcycle dito, Ella? Wala. Ako
Wala.
Pero, bike lang pala nakita ko.
Kotse lang.
Parang dinescribe niya yung mga people of Brunei. Ano daw sila? The blank of the people of Brunei.
Naku,
Kaya
mukhang may
niyo yan,
idea
kaya
ako
niyo
sa
yan.
sagot.
Kaya niyo yan.
Other words pa, Sis Chofi, aside from that word. Gawin mong 3 syllables. Lahat ng mga good characters na mention yun na, kayo naman, no?
3 syllables.
Madaling hulaan to, promise.
Not that. Sige pa.
Si Ma'am Irene, sumasagot si Ma'am Irene.
Hindi nakinig. Hindi nakinig. Nasiro ka sa exam. Anong sabi niya? 'Di ba kaya nga nasabi natin, mababait talaga sila. Kasi ano yung description na ginamit niya? 3 syllables. 3 syllables, Ronel. Mas malalim na word kasi sa friendly.
No, may ibang pinagkasunod dyan.
Oh. Sige.
Baka delayed ang dating sa'yo. Kasi sa cellphone ko lumabas na eh.
Pero sa ano,
May ano ba yun?
ano yan?
Kick mo.
Ano yan? Sam, please help me feed my kids. How?
Okay. Sige pa, go pa. Paano niya describe yung mga, 'di ba kaya sabi niya walang away dito sa Brunei? Walang nag-aaway. Walang away sa Brunei. Walang nag-aaway, walang Nakinig daw siya pero pagod. Di ba? Walang nag-aaway sa Brunei. Kasi nga, what is this? Blank, the people of Brunei. The blank of the people of Brunei. Sige pa, kaya niyo pa yan.
Actually, hindi makikita pala yun, ma'am, sa YouTube. Ay, sorry.
Ganon.
Hindi ko siya ma-remove kasi
Nasa YouTube siya.
pag hindi siya nag-represent.
Sige pa, sige pa. Let's start with the letter T.
Okay, ito ako.
Sa letter T. T as in toy.
Ayun na, si Ma'am Kat, may sagot na.
No, sige pa, some other word. Di ba kaya nga walang away dito sa Brunei? Walang nag-aaway. Safe na safe ka, kumbaga. Because, how do Dr. Owais describe the people of Brunei? The blank of the people of Brunei. Letter T.
Is that one word?
Letter T. One word. 3 syllables.
Oh, ang hirap pala yung word niya malalim.
Letter T. Walang away eh. Walang away. Walang
Sir?
nag-aaway.
I-google nyo na.
Ito na naman. Ikikik ko to ah. Ayan. Nilak ko na siya. Okay. Transparent, no? Sige, sige pa. Walang away eh. Walang away. So ano sila? Walang away. Pag walang away, anong klase kang tao? At 3 syllables. Tanungin niyo na si Google. Nagdo-double chin yata ako dahil sa mga kinain natin dito. Okay, tamo, di ba? Nagtatanong na sila kay Google eh.
Yung wordings nila.
Sige pa, go pa. Sige. Letter T. Sige pa, go pa. Ask Google. Yun yung, gano'n niya din describe yung people of Brunei. Kaya, very safe tayo dito. Wala ka nakita nag-aaway. Pasensya na, hindi ako namili ng tanong ha. si Dr. Owais na namili ng words, so I'm just giving the clue based on the words that he gave. Sige, kaya niyo yan. Tanongin na si Google. Yung isang taong letter T. Yung mga taong T. Kaya walang away. No, Kat, no. Sige pa, go. Tanongin na si Google. Lahat ng T. Alamin nyo na. What is this adjective or a description that means peaceful, being avoiding any fight? Hindi, no. Hanap na lang kayo na synonym si tranquil. Sige pa, go. Nahihirapan sila. Letter T.
Paghanap kayo dyan ng ano, favorite.
Di ba pag ikaw wala ka nakakaaway, ano ka? Anong description mo sa sarili mo? Or ano yun? Ano yung meron ka? Bakit hindi ka nakikipag-away? Wala ka naging kaaway? Generally peaceful. At saka, di ba Ella, wala daw ditong mga magnanakaw or mga pulubi, very isolated case daw yun. Letter T. Letter T. T. 3 syllables. Tanungin na si Google. Ano yung T na generally kaya peaceful? Ano yung T na adjective to describe the people of Brunei? That is why we are generally peaceful. Kaya niyo yan. Ask Google. Temperate. Hanapan mo pa ng ibang synonym siyang temperate. Thanksgiving. Yun! Tolerance of the people of Brunei. Galing. Galing ni Ma'am Kat. Nahulaan niya. Very good. Okay. Next word. What is one of the opportunities that the University of Brunei Darussalam is offering to students? What is this? This is one of the opportunities that the University of Brunei Darussalam is giving to students, even to foreign students. Giving to foreign students. Sige, yun na lang, to foreign students. Actually, kahit naman yung local nila o foreign, ganun yung binibigay nilang benefit eh. Ano yun? Ayun, si Ronel, late dumating, nakahula pa. Scholarship. Anyways, lahat naman talaga ng estudyante ng University of Brunei Darussalam are all scholars with stipend. Okay? Ganun sila. Because this is kumbaga sa yun yung national university nila. Okay? Very good, Ronel. And the next word, the Dr. Owais emphasized that it is not just about research, but the research should what? Ano yung mahalaga sa kanila sa isang research? That every research they do should be what? Ano to? Ilang words to? Ang word na ito ay 3 words. It's not about all research. The most important thing in research is that it should what? Ano yung dapat nagagawa ng research na ito, ng mga research natin? Ano dapat ang aftermath ng mga research? Sige, kapag innovate mo, pag commercialize mo, anong ibig sabihin nun? 3 words. Kaya nyo yan. Medyo malapit dyan yan. 3 words nyo. Loaded raw yung utak ni Happy DTV. Masab contribution to the what? Contribution to the, may sinabi siyang word.
2 words ba?
Actually, may dating yun. 3 words pero ayusin lang yung Irene. Yung ginamit mismo na word ni ganyan yun, pero like dapat gamitin mo yung word ni Dr. Malik.
Yeah.
Yung ginamit mo, Irene, kailangan i-reference mo yun. Ano yung end goal ng research na yun? Tama yung actually magkahawig yung sinabi ni Irene tsaka ni Kat. Yung word na may maling word may mali. May maling word. Pero malapit na doon. Baguhin nyo lang yung ibang word. Gawin nyo lang siyang 3 words. Ganun yung thought.
Go. Kaya nyo yan.
Andyan na, nasabi nyo na lahat yung words, basta masamahin nyo. At the end, the result of the research must better the world. Malapit dyan. Halos yan na yun. Kaya lang yung exact words.
Measurable
Halos
and
yan
testable.
Halos yan yung tote, yung sinabi ni Irene and Ma'am Kat. I-fit nyo lang yung tamang words. Gawin nyo siyang 3 words. Blank to blank. Blank to blank. Blank to
Resolve
blank.
problem.
All research project must
B to
blank to blank.
blank.
Ayun na yung sinabi na ni Irene ni Ma'am Kat eh. Sinabi nyo na kanina, i-rephrase nyo na lang.
Rephrase nyo lang yun. Decision-making process, lumayo na.
Lumayo na, no? Lumayo na.
Yung research daw, kailangan po pakinabangan siya ng char.
Sinabi mo. Ayun na naman sinasabi ni Irene at saka ni Kat eh. Kaya lang, lang nila eh. Sundutin lang nila yung tamang word eh. Blank to blank.
Spelling na lang, oy. Hindi, yung binanggit kanina ni Ma'am Kat, na isang word na nagsisimula sa letter B, yun na yun, idugtungan nyo lang. Sasabi daw, utak ni Happy Ma'am.
Hindi ka nga sumasagot.
Hindi ka na sumasagot.
Consumer Society. Sige pa, Ma'am Kat. Kanina nasabi mo na yun, i-reward mo na lang eh. All research should consider blank to blank. All research should consider blank to blank. Malapit na. Sinabi ko na nga, malapit na.
Malapit na yan. Yung huling sinabi mo, malapit na yan.
Ayun, yung pwede na siguro yun. Pwede na yun. Pwede na yun. Ayun. Benefits to society. Yeah. Beneficial to society. Yeah, that's the right word.
Kasi lagi.
Ayan.
Ma'am sabi si Happy. Ang sinasabi si Happy.
Pag-aral.
Pag-oral kasi lagi tulog. Pag-aaral ka.
Ito, last word.
Kumikirot daw kasi ngipin ng Irene. Congrats.
Kumikirot yung ngipin. Nakalimutan yung benefits to society. Okay, last word. This is the first. Ito yung unang-unang binanggit ni Dr. Owais na his challenge. Di ba may mga challenges siya sinabi? This is his first challenge because you know why? 2 words to 2 words. Because he needs he needs to teach, to do research, to do admin work. So ano tong 2 words? Ayun. Naku, ito lang yung nilista ni Irene. Sakto tama si Irene. So wakas.
Nahulaan din.
ko lang to kasi ito yung nalagay ni Dr. Owais sa kanyang PowerPoint. Okay, so ayan, nasagutan na natin. So, now guys, best in recess. Oo nga, happy. Tsaka best in love. Okay.
Congratulations sa lahat.
Congratulations also winners. So guys, thank you so much for being with us tomorrow. Aalis na kami ni Ella, pupunta na kami sa Pilipinas, and this will be our last leg of our
Sa awa ng
last
Diyos.
leg of our Southeast Asian trip. And sabi nga ni Ella, sana makarating sa inyo. Makapagkita-kita tayo, makarating sa inyo ang aming mga pasalubong. Magsawa kayo sa ref
Of
magnet.
course. Yun.
Naman ako ref magnet din. Ref magnet din ako. Paano kaya? Dapat dalawa yung ref nila, di ba?
Siyempre may chocolates din yan kasama, di ba? Kay ma'am.
Yeah. So, thank you so much. Sana makapagkita
Hindi,
tayo.
Ma'am Ria, may paupok. Kropok ba yun, Ma'am Ria?
Oo,
Kropok.
Kumbaga, kropek. Yung short kropek.
Kropek.
Yeah. So, makakarating, ano ba yung ref?
Ipadala daw yung Brunei sa Pilipinas. Coffee at burger daw, Ma'am Ria, kay Mami Arlinda. Pa-autograph daw, bibigay yun po.
Okay. Coffee burger. All right, guys. Thank you so much. May mga coffee na sila.
Oo, 1, 2.
Okay, guys. Dalawa pala nagko-coffee. So, thank you so much for being with us this evening. Live from Brunei.
Yes.
So,
Thank you
ito
so
na yung
much.
last nating live outside the Philippines. Thank you so much, guys. See you again next week. Same time.
Yay!
At, yeah, huwag kayo mag-alala. Makakarating sa inyo mga pangkape nyo. Alright. So, pagdating daw ni Ella, na siya. Nagko-compute na siya.
Yes, actually nilang natapos talaga.
Yeah.
Kasi
Okay.
nagkaroon kami ng mga meetings din. Ayan.
Thank you,
Thank you guys. Thank you,
Thank you,
Sis
guys.
Chofi, Sir Ronel, Sis Chofi, Mami Erlinda, Irene.
And we still have many viewers in Facebook. We still have 1,000 plus viewers in Facebook. Salamat po sa inyo next time. Sa YouTube po kayo manood.
Yes. Nasa Facebook pa naman.
Dapat sa YouTube po
Please don't
tayo.
forget to
Please don't like and subscribe po our host. Ayan. And if you have time, paki-replay naman.
announcement
Announcement sa mga makaka-receive ng magnet, ref magnet dyan at pa-chocolates at chocolates ng ating host, no, hopefully. Kung ayaw naman yan, syempre, binilang ko kayo, mga ano lang naman kayo, tatlo lang yata. Ayan, sana naman po ma-post niyo po sa wall or ma-replay niyo po yung video ni Ma'am Rian.
Na-DC ka. Ayan, na-disconnect. Ako kaya daw na-disconnect. Okay. Okay, so sabi ni Ella once, binilang daw niya kayo. Kaya lang tatlo yung bilang niya. So, sino nawala? Tatlong piraso lang ba kayo? Dami-dami nila, oh. So, sige lang, guys. Thank you sa lahat ng mga paingat, sa mga magko-compute na si Ella for sure, makakarating na sa inyo yung mga prizes nyo in the last weeks. Talagang busy-busy lang talaga. Alright, hindi na kami natutulog, pero makakauwi na kami tomorrow evening. So, thank you so much for keeping always, for being with us during our episode every Saturday. So, see you again next week, same time, same date, in a count of 3. 1, 2, dito ka sumilip. In a count of 3, Yan. One, two, three.
Bye!